Hello, I'm Mrs. Erin Ween, and I am your child's algebra teacher this year. So I'm going to be giving you a little bit of information about myself and a little bit of information about the class. And if you have any additional questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. And I do have notes posted behind my computer, so if you see me looking up, I'm just going to make sure that I cover everything that I want to get to you in this short amount of time. So this is my 25th year at Carmel High School, and I can't believe when I think about being here for 25 years how fast it's gone and how old I am. So I started here right out of college. I graduated from Purdue and then came right to Carmel High School and have been here ever since. My husband also teaches at Carmel High School. He's in the freshman center. He's an English teacher on the first floor. So maybe some of your kids might have him for English. We pretty much live Carmel High School all the time. I have three kids. My oldest went through Carmel High School. He is a sophomore at Purdue. My middle child is a senior at Carmel High School. His name's Camden. And then my youngest is Kendall, and she is a freshman, which is super interesting to have a freshman running around the halls when that's what you teach as far as the age. So I love that connection that I can make between her and the kids she knows, or learning, just knowing what it's like to be a freshman. And so I can totally relate to you as parents and guardians that having a freshman is a very difficult time. But I love having your kids in class. So one thing I do want to talk about with your kids is your kids are near and dear to my heart. I have them every day, and we develop a strong bond that I don't necessarily get to do with the other kids because I only have my other students every other day. So we become like a family in here. So if you ever hear your child talking about kids in algebra, it's because we know each other pretty well, and we get to be pretty open with each other. As far as having every day, what that will do is it'll allow your child to learn algebra better than they would have if they didn't have it every day. So they can't really escape math. And what happens is they come in the morning, every morning, first period, and we work for the 90 minutes. And you should start seeing a huge improvement in your child's math ability and their confidence. So I truly believe that a lot of math ability is confidence. And if you can just tap into that kid's confidence, then you can hook them and get them to enjoy the subject. So I feel like I'm getting there with some of your kids, and that is my hope and dream, is that they'll walk away from Algebra 1 and say, I can totally do this. It's not too hard for me, and I feel like I am making progress in math. So you will see two grades from me on the grade cards. That's because I do have them for two different classes. One's an algebra grade, which will have their tests and quizzes in that. That's just their normal algebra grade. So 70% of that grade will be their tests and quizzes, and 30% will be like in-class assignments and then assignments they're doing on the computer, which we'll talk about in a second. They'll get a second grade from me, which is their algebra lab class. That lab grade is like an elective grade. It's going to be mainly effort-based. It'll have what we do in class if they're participating, and it'll also have some of the Math Excel homework that they're doing on the computer mixed in, but it will not have their assessments in it. So their lab grade should be pretty high if they're participating. And then their algebra grade will be comprised of their tests and quizzes. So you might see those factored in, and that will be the algebra grade that would pass on their transcripts. As far as the Math Excel, they will be having assignments on that, and it's usually just a 10-question assignment that goes over a lesson that we do in class. And again, those Math Excel assignments, they can use their Chromebooks or they can do it on their phone. Probably the computer's better. And once they submit those, the Math Excel program will grade it and tell them how they did on it. They are welcome to do those as many times as they want. If they want 100% on all of them, they can redo them until they get that 100%. It will give them like similar questions and help them keep practicing. So if you notice that those grades are lower, you might encourage your child to get on Math Excel and continue to try them again, and that will help their grade and then also their understanding. So the Math Excel grades will be distributed between their lab grade and their regular algebra grade. You'll see those in there as Math Excel. And then I also give them points for in-class participation. So you'll see that class notes in there also. So that's kind of the grading of those. As far as a final exam, we are not going to give them a formal final exam this year. If I do give them a final exam, it will be for practice, and we'll just see what it feels like to take a final, and then we'll like evaluate their results and kind of go through some of the topics again that they might not have done very well on. So that's how the final exam will run this year. And then the only other thing I want to tell you about is some supplies they need, and then some things on the Canvas page. So the main thing they need to do is get a calculator. A lot of them have one, but if you don't have one or your child doesn't have one, this TI-30X2S is a great one to get. As long as it's scientific, it's like, should have a sine, cosine, tangent button, and it's $12. Have them come to class each day with this. It's hard to do with algebra when you don't have a calculator, so send that with them. And then obviously paper, pencil, and either a binder or a folder to put their stuff in to stay organized is all they really need for class. And the only other thing I wanted to tell you about was the Canvas page. So last year, Canvas was huge because that was our only connection. I still am updating the Canvas page daily. So if your child is absent, they want to go under modules, find the date they missed, and they can complete anything or everything on that module to stay caught up in class. That way, when they come back in the next day, they don't feel like they're behind. They've done all the work to stay caught up, and then they can just keep going on their merry way. In the Canvas page, I want to tell you about a couple things in there. Number one, there's a link to Math Excel. So if you ever want to be able to see how they get onto that, you can click on the Math Excel. It'll take them to their login page, and then they will log in. The other thing that's in Canvas that I added on is on the homepage of Canvas, there is a link to instructional videos. This is going to be gigantic for the kids that are absent or anyone that needs extra help. If they click on the videos, it'll take them, or the video link, it'll take them to a Google page where they can link up the certain section they need with the video. And that will go over those sections again and show them examples. And that way, if they're absent or just need to see it again, they've got that as an instructional video option. It's on the homepage of my Canvas page. In addition, on the homepage is how you will reach me. So if you need to get a hold of me, I totally would love you to get a hold of me anytime. I get back with parents really quickly. All you have to do is go to the contact me page on my Canvas page. It'll give you my email, my phone number, and it will also give you a Canvas inbox message place that you can click on. So feel free to get a hold of me at any time this semester. I am already in love with your children. They are fantastic. We are having a great time, and I'm so happy that they're back full time. So please get a hold of me if you need me, and hopefully we'll have a great year. Thank you. Bye.